All right, we should be live as long as YouTube isn't down. Let me go check. I didn't hear anything about YouTube being down. I know basically everything else is. No, we look good. Okay. What's going on, guys? You guys are just tuning in. Need to make a thumbnail real quick. Not going to be a very exciting stream. I'm really tired. Barely slept last night. Probably going to be a little boring. Try to keep it exciting for you guys. What's today? October 4th? I think I titled it October 2nd, didn't I? I did. What's going on, guys? Give me just 1 minute. Let me fix this stream title. I know I put October 2nd.
Spies, fine bars. Let's go.
All right, we should be good now. All right, what's going on, guys? Carlos, Doodle, Alan, Mortal. What's going on, guys? Little bounce here going into power hour. Bouncing off the 30-minute pivot on ES. The 1 hour pivot is actually cleaner. 1 hour pivot perfectly giving you the doji on the low, excuse me. Reclaiming the POC, and now we are pushing back above, or trying to, the value area low of Thursday, which is pretty much the same exact value area low of Friday as well. Thank you for your videos. No problem, man. No problem. Happy to help you guys. So I didn't take any trades today. Like I said in the Discord, I think SPY and Qs, basically the overall market, is kind of in like a no man's land right now. I think if you're like looking to buy the dip and get some discounts on these big name companies, I just don't think a lot of them are at their bottoms. There is a lot of room to fall to get to like major support. So you could buy the low today. Today is pretty brutal. Very quickly, the market was down like 1.5%, 2%. So buying the blood obviously could pay off, but you have to be willing to accept a drawdown to like the 200 EMAs or even the local gaps. And if you're not willing to accept that drawdown and continue to add on, then I don't think you should be buying here, right? So I'm trying to hold off for the bulk of my buying for the like 3rd to 4th week of October, going into November. Obviously, there's just so many headlines happening right now. We have the Fed stuff going on. We have the reconciliation bill. We have the infrastructure bill. We have the debt ceiling. It's just, we have the China stuff with Evergrande. There's just too much fundamental stuff going on right now to be able to happily trade based on technicals, right? So I've been avoiding taking any big size trades for the past week or so. We closed up all of our shipping plays, which obviously ended up being a really good play, making 25 to 30% on pretty much all those plays. And now most of them are nuking. Like if we go back, look at Zim, this thing's getting killed. Maddox pulling back a little bit, and then NMM had a bad day today as well. So that was a good exit. We closed up. What else did we close recently? We just closed Roku today. That was a loss. We closed something else for a gain recently. I can't remember what it was. But yeah, we took a small loss on Roku today. I told you guys if Roku couldn't get back above that pivot, then I was going to close it. So we started failing below this pivot, and we went ahead and let that go. We're doing really well on our Bitcoin position. It's the biggest position that we have right now, even including our stock positions as well. Next target on Bitcoin, if you guys read the newsletter, is right around 50,200, and then we could probably get to like 52,007. But it looks really good. 2.5%. You had a little bit of a sell-off this morning, but you bounced up and reclaimed pretty much that entire the sell-off, and then you broke the high of the past 3 days. So very strong day on Bitcoin. I think crypto looks really good going into the 50,000 level. Obviously, it's a whole number. There's a lot of resistance, probably a lot of sells coming in around that 50,000. But I think there's enough liquidity to send us higher. If we do start to go lower, as JMA said this morning, this could be a massive inverse head and shoulders. So any kind of like failure would just put in the right shoulder, and that should send us higher, right? So even a pullback to like 45,000 should be very bullish. Now we're long from 39.6. We almost bottom ticked this. 39.6 is our average. I'm looking for at least 50,200. I would really like to get 52.7. That would be a nice little gain there. That'd be a gain of 33%. And we're currently 4x our account, so we'd make over 100% of our account if we do hit that target. It won't be as big as the Ethereum trade that we had or the Atlas trade that we had because it's not a full-size position. I was looking to build up to like 10x, but we got filled on about half our contracts, so not too bad. Sinless said, SPY finally above the POC of the day on the 5-minute chart. Yeah, it's trying to fight that POC. You are getting back above it. It's a nice little node, too. Very strong node down here. Why did Bitcoin decouple from the stock market? They weren't always correlated 100%. People tried to make up these like correlations, but if you looked at a correlation coefficient and you actually compared them just using numbers and not just bullshit cherry-picked screenshots, the correlation coefficient showed you that they were never really hand in hand tied together. Now they do have times where, like kind of like today, if one market, mainly the equities market, is doing very poorly, then that will affect the Bitcoin market. Like if SPY and Qs just starts nuking, they're down like 2-3%, typically Bitcoin will follow. YouTube down? I don't think so. I didn't see any reports about YouTube being down. I know like almost the entire internet's down. Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram. You have all the mobile services, AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile. It's kind of ridiculous that they have the majority of the internet running on like the same servers. The same server providers, I guess you would say. Obviously, it's not the same physical server. I think it was either JMA or Sticky were getting into Sol NFTs, Doodle. I've only touched Ethereum NFTs. I'm still holding my Sappy seal. Remember the Cyber Polygon event? No, I don't know what that is, to be honest. Yeah, Doodle, it's insane. When I bought my seal, I bought it for like 1,100, but I paid like $100 in fees. Almost 10% in fees. It's ridiculous. And then when you sell them, you don't pay fees to sell, but you have to pay like a 7% commission. So you basically are paying fees. The geckos went from 10 sol to 50 sol in a day. Were those the ones that you mentioned like a couple streams ago? I need to get involved in that stuff. Yeah, Mortal. Ethereum is already being used far more than like anything else. I don't know if Ethereum will ever overtake Bitcoin just because Bitcoin is like the first. But as far as use case goes, Ethereum is already leagues ahead of Bitcoin. But the sad thing about that is the crypto world doesn't care, right? There are dog shit crypto projects that are literally like vaporware, just complete dog shit, but they still run better than Bitcoin, right? Like their transaction speed, their fees, yada yada. People don't care. You know what I mean? Doesn't matter. Is Lemonade at a bottom? I haven't looked at Lemonade recently. We traded that. Was it earlier this year or last year? There is a big support coming in on the pivot around 60. If you can hold 60, I don't think it looks too bad. Could be a massive double bottom coming in, but this trend is pretty bearish. Yeah, look at this. It gave up its entire run. That's pretty bad. But yeah, the key area on that would be 60, where that pivot is. Could be a little bulldog here on ES, to be honest. Really nice curve back, really nice double bottom. 30-minute bulldog, very possible. I think I saw that, Doodle. I think I saw the foxes. They kind of look like Fox from Smash Bros, right? Nasty rejection of the value area low from yesterday and the day before. 12 minutes on this candle, but it's already looking pretty bad. Q's really doesn't have much local support left. You pretty much needed to hold 355. We have a little bit of support at 348, but then you can go down to like 340, 342 pretty easily. And then same thing with SPY. We really needed to hold 433. Didn't do it. There's really not any support until we get down to like 422. Lose 422, you could easily go down to like 415, 412. This is why I'm not buying very heavily right now. The only good sign that there is the momentum on the sell side is very low. The Momo is trying to give you a bull div. It's not like completely confirmed yet, but it is trying to give you a bull div. The sellers are not the strongest. One thing that is worrying, we're already in a sell signal on the daily, right? We've been in a sell signal on the bot for a few weeks now. Same thing on Qs. Same thing on actually IWM is on a buy. It's very choppy though. You wouldn't use the bot here. It's too rangy. You only use the bot during trends. Same thing with Dow, kind of sideways. But if we go to a weekly, it's flashing a sell signal. This would be the first sell signal since the COVID buy. So you had a COVID buy way back in May of 2020. And now it's telling you to close that trade from way back here. It's not closed yet. It's just flashing. It will close in 4 days, but we have all week. But if all week is red, then it will close like that. Same thing with Qs, flashing a sell. IWM already in a sell. Dow Jones already in a sell. So, not looking too good. Go on, FX. Yeah, exactly, Rex. Yeah, there's a couple of volume gaps, Beezer. There's one at 410 and one at 400. 400 is also an ES gap. The only open gap in ES's entire history.
Wow, I woke up to a red day.
Yeah, it didn't really do much but go down. Need to get like a fucking ant trap for my office. Got little ants on my desk.
Are you eating?
Nah, something like I got a banana peel on my desk. Like sometimes after lunch, I'll leave like a glass that had lemonade in it, so it's all sweet, right? They love that shit. Or I'll leave like a banana peel or something. I need to stop doing that. Yeah, the Easter gap, exactly. It's the Good Friday gap. OPEC is today too, Beezer. They were doing OPEC all day. Oil's the only thing that's green right now, though. Oil's doing very well. Oil's basically straight up. And then if you look at the oil companies I told you guys in Discord or in stream, they're doing very well. Marathon Oil, Murphy Oil, the little small cap oil companies, they follow oil very well. Then you can look at like bigger companies like Exxon. Exxon's on fire too. Yeah, there was some rumor about Evergrande this morning. I don't think it got confirmed, but it is a rumor that another company is trying to buy them out, like a 51% stake buy. I couldn't find any news on that being real, though. Facebook employees reportedly can't enter buildings to evaluate the internet outage because their door access badges aren't working.
So I'm guessing that Biden's speech really didn't do shit. Obviously.
He was actually doing really well during the speech. I was saying that in Discord when I was watching it. It's probably one of his best speeches I've ever seen. Like he only fumbled his words a couple times. He was actually taking reporters' questions, and the reporters were actually being harder on him than I've seen. And I was talking to Discord and I was saying, I think as his approval rating continues to fall, the reporters are being harder and harder on him because they know that they're like on the side of the approval rating. But no, he was actually doing quite well. He still was doing what every president does. He was bullshitting the answers, wasn't really giving the answers to their questions. But they weren't. It didn't seem like they were softballing the questions. He said a few things that were pretty bearish. Literally, the last sentence he said before he closed the questions was bearish, and it was like, I wish he just wouldn't have said that, because he said, one of the reporters asked, "Can you guarantee that the U.S. government will pay its debts and not default on its debts?" They were basically asking him to guarantee the debt ceiling, and he was like, "No, I can't guarantee that." And then he walked away.
Then his bids got filled.
They were talking about something in Ethiopia that I haven't heard about. But some reporter was trying to bring up like a genocide or something in Ethiopia. I need to look into that. But he was doing a really good job of deflecting, like because a couple of questions were coming in that were kind of off topic, and he was like, "No, let's stay on topic." So he was actually, it was surprising. And I don't have many nice things to say about the guy. He's pretty senile. ES holding a 30-minute pivot. Second time it's retested it. I don't do waves, Vishal. He asked if I believe Bitcoin's in the X wave. I don't do waves. Elliott waves are not my style.
Hate Elliott waves.
Yeah, I think it's a waste of time, to be honest, man. It's a waste of time. I think if you're going to put that much time into charting, you should be focusing on horizontals or Fibonacci. I think the waves are kind of stupid. Obviously, a lot of people have success with the waves, so it is what it is. Just not my style. Yeah, CCJ is definitely a roller coaster, Chad. It did really well today, and then it nuked. Look at that pullback. That's dirty. I'm selling the $20 puts, cash covered. They expire next Friday. So we'll see if we have to pick up the shares and then do a wheel, or if we just collect the premium and call it a day. We were up like 50% on the premium last I checked. My accountant was supposed to call me an hour ago and he didn't, so if he calls me during stream, I might have to end it early.
Did the UPS guy come?
No, he hasn't. I called UPS and they said
God.
he should be coming.
I'm surprised you're able to get through to him.
Yeah, I know.
Did she give you like a direct line or something?
Well, it's funny. The direct line they gave me that I was using on the weekend, I tried it today and it said it was the number was disabled. So they didn't want me calling back. But then I called back to another person and then they fixed it. Yeah, Chad, I'm not worried about that trade because if it goes below 20, we have to buy the shares, obviously. Then we just sell calls and we just keep running the wheel until we're tired of it. I want to have some long-term exposure to uranium, and I like CCJ. So yeah, at the end of the day, if it goes back down to like 15, we're going to get burned on our shares pretty hard. But I think it's a decent long-term play. And I'm not selling that many puts. Like I have room to buy more. If it does drop. If I have to buy more shares, I mean. It's just a little side gig to make some premium on the side. Facebook, I don't think Facebook is ready just yet. It had a nasty day, but I think it can go down to like 317, 320, somewhere around there. It's kind of bouncing in the middle of nowhere right here. There's no weekly pivots, no daily pivots. We lost a 4-hour pivot. I think it has more room to go down, but if you're buying the news, like buying the blood on the news, then yes, you could take like a lotto. Like if you wanted a juicy lotto that's like extremely risky, you could go for a gap fill by Friday. So like you could take I think it's in $2 increments. So either the 340s or the 342.50s that expire on Friday. And they're probably dirt cheap right now. Obviously a complete lotto, but if it fills the gap by Friday, those will pay heavy. Yeah, the 340s are $1. The 342.50s are 70 cents. That is not a bad lotto. I wouldn't buy too many of them because I think Facebook does have room to go lower, but if you were itching for a lotto, it's not terrible. Yeah, uranium, it's really it's one of those commodities that just doesn't really find a direction. I can't believe the outage is lasting this long. Like I'm checking Instagram, it's still not working. What's going on, Dirty? Man, I am fucking tired. Got like no sleep. Nice little cupping pattern here, honestly, on the 30-minute. It's kind of cupping up a little bit. Facebook deleting all the evidence. Yeah, Jay brought up a really good point in Discord. He said it's very convenient that that the outages are all happening right as the whistleblower comes out.
Huh.
And that's spot on. They have this really big whistleblower about how they're fucking using their platform to... I was cleaning something up. Using their platform to spread hate and violence and shit, and basically get people addicted to the platform, which we already know. They're talking about how they like spreading negative hate or negative negative news and stuff because it keeps people active. It's the same thing that the media's been doing for decades. That's why you never turn on the news and see positive news, because nobody cares about positive news. Negative news is what keeps people watching. It's just a weird way the human brain is wired.
They like to see negative shit.
Yeah.
It's not like he's been cashing in fucking millions every day.
He's been selling Facebook shares every single day for like a year. He has so many shares though that it doesn't even really make a dent. Yeah, I saw that, Dirty. They're like, oh, we can't get into the building to check the servers because our key fobs don't work. Those pesky hackers.
Is that
like-
what they said?
Yeah. They said they couldn't get into their buildings.
Like you could just like undo 2 screws and just disconnect the power to that, and it unlocks it.
Yeah, if you really wanted to get in, just kick the fucking window in.
No, you don't even got to do that. Like that's happened to us before, where those key fob things stop working and like
Yeah.
can't get in their space. It's not hard to override it. They're just fucking rugging people right now.
Yeah, I think the key fob thing was like, it made it obvious that it was an inside job. Like at first, it was like a pretty good conspiracy. Like, oh yeah, they're probably just covering it up because of the whistleblower. But then they're like, oh, we can't get into our offices because of the key fobs. It's like, come on, how fucking stupid do you think people are? How are you guys doing in Europe? All my European viewers, fucking gas prices are up like 900%. You guys are getting rugged. They had to pull out the army to supply you guys with gas. I've been reading mostly about UK. Is it pretty bad outside of UK too? Says U.S. Senate Democratic leader Schumer says he will soon file on the House passed bill to extend the debt limit until December 2022, preparing for a vote on that measure. Yeah, I did see that, Unai, that somebody nuked their DNS records. You said you're in France at the moment. There's no problem whatsoever. You said Spain is the same. Spain is the same as in Spain has no problem, or Spain is getting wrecked too? Yeah, Facebook's really bad, dirty. That's why they wanted to get that movie, what's it called? Social Dilemma on Netflix, the documentary. They wanted to get that documentary shut down because it was too accurate. I voted to extend my debt ceiling too. Yeah, right. That's one thing that I'll give Biden during his last little speech. He actually he gave some information that a lot of people probably didn't really know, and he was saying like he was saying why they needed to extend the debt ceiling, and he was saying how if they don't do it, the credit rating of the U.S. goes down, and they'll have to raise interest rates and all this other shit. He was basically saying like all the negative things that are going to happen if they don't vote to extend the debt ceiling. So he did a good job of building fear. Like he's trying to push the fear of what will happen if they don't push the debt ceiling. Like I said, I don't know what drugs they had the guy on, but he did a good job actually on that press conference. Probably coked out of his mind. You said you're in UK. Fuel issues are bad, but totally caused by people trying to refuel just in case they run out of gas. Yeah, we had that in Virginia back when the pipeline got hacked. The pipeline got hacked, and they were posting articles saying like, "Oh, there's going to be a gas shortage in Virginia," but there wouldn't have been a gas shortage if they would have just shut their mouths and not said anything. Because as soon as they said like, "Oh, there's going to be a gas shortage," everyone went to the gas stations and started buying up all the gas. People are just stupid. Like it's hard to say this. It's probably mean to say this, but one thing you can guarantee with the human race is a lot of people are fucking stupid. So when like these headlines come out and these articles come out and say like, "Oh, there's going to be a shortage of this, there's going to be a shortage of that." If they just wouldn't push that shit, there probably wouldn't be a shortage. If they just let the demand stay the same. Yes, the supply might get shocked a little bit, but it will come back, right? But when they start pushing the fear, the supply goes down, but the demand skyrockets. Same thing that happened with toilet paper. You guys remember the toilet paper crisis? When fucking COVID first happened, they were telling everybody that like, oh, all the toilet paper is made in China, and the ships are being stuck at port, so the U.S. is gonna run out of toilet paper. So then fucking there was toilet paper shortages for like weeks because they made up all these phony ass fucking headlines. And the sheep just flocked to the supermarkets and they flocked to the Walmarts and bought all the toilet paper. And now they still have toilet paper that they bought a fucking year ago sitting in their basement. Apparently the problem is only bad in London and the southeast. The rest of the country is okay-ish. Yeah, I was reading a lot of reports about like what's going on with the... One sec. I was about to be pissed. Somebody just delivered a bookshelf that we ordered, and I thought it was the UPS guy. And he like delivered it and started walking away. So I thought he was delivering the bookshelf and then leaving the thing that he's supposed to take, but it was a FedEx guy, so I'll let him slide. But I'll be right back. I gotta go grab that. It's in the way of the UPS box. Man, that fucking box is heavy. Gotta be at least like 220.
Nice bounce right here.
Yeah, we're back into the value area low of yesterday Friday and Thursday. Looks like most big tech is bouncing. Tesla still green. Filled the gap, held up. Take a look at net. I'll take a look. Bouncing off the monthly VWAP. Pretty strong level here. Around 110. As long as you can hold 110, doesn't look too bad. You see they do the same thing in corporate world for Micron. They call it memory cycle. When chips are in short supply, every company double or triple orders it, causing more shortages. Yeah, exactly. And I'm sure that's exactly what happened in the chipping world during COVID. It's like the biggest crisis that we've had in the supply world besides shipping, right? Is the chips. Might even be bigger than shipping, to be honest. But I'm sure that's what happened. They started having very small shortages, and then people just went crazy and bought the hell out of them, and now the shortage is massive.
I'm into the gold Wedbush. Just put a new PT for Tesla to outperform $1,000 price target.
Nice, that's pretty high. And we failed the value area low again. So this is pretty bad because you can see value area low, pulling back to retest it, constantly failing it. So the buyers were once in control of this level, and now the sellers are in control. I haven't seen that, Brianna. I'm not sure what that is. I haven't been keeping up with crypto too much besides my Bitcoin position and my Ethereum position. I am still farming Atlas and Ray. That's it. I'm farming Atlas and Ray. I'm 4x long on Bitcoin and I'm 1x long on, or not 1x. I bought one Ethereum, so a very small size. I bought one Ethereum to play with NFTs. That is all my crypto exposure right now. I'm gonna slowly probably increase it though. Now that the market is, the equity market is kind of shit in the bed here.
Well, Bitcoin's up 2%.
Yeah, you nuked and then you came all the way back.
Yes, sir.
That's surprising. I was expecting it to be down with SPY.
Yeah, it's doing really well.
Yeah, it's back to how life is should be. Crypto up, equities down.
I think we need to break
boost.
like 50, like 4-ish, like that last previous peak in order to like not put in a lower high.
Yeah, the previous breakdown wasn't like I remember it was over 55K.
Yeah, it was about like 50. What is this?
Yeah, I remember you guys are playing. You guys are like, yeah, man, 55K, we lose.
Yeah, it was 55.6.
What do you? Oh, I'm looking at a futures chart. I don't trade the perp charts anymore.
Yeah, 55.6 was when we were playing COD back in the day. And we were telling them that if it lost that level, it was going straight to zero. and then it lost that level and then fucking died. Or it's 56.6, I think. Yeah, 56.6. And then it went straight down to 28. Would have been the short of the century. That's mining, Sinla. Farming and mining are completely different. Mining is when you use GPUs and shit like that. I've never done that and probably never will. I'm farming where like I just bought a certain coin, then you do what's called staking. So then first you provide liquidity, then you take your liquidity coins and you stake them, and that becomes a farm. It's a lot of fucking stupid words that sound complicated. It's actually really easy.
Yo, J-May.
What's up?
Freaking Shiba's up and went up fucking 42% today.
Dude, I haven't even looked at my FTX watch list in like a while, man. I just went all into spot and yeah.
Good move, good move.
If we like, I don't know, like looking at the futures chart, if we close like this, I like it. But I would like to buy better. I would like to get a better buy, like maybe in like the 45 to 46 area.
Any Indian viewers here? It says energy crisis, India's coal shortage. India stands on the brink of widespread power shortages as most of the country's coal-fired plants have enough fuel for only a few more days.
It's just so hard to trade this choppiness on it, like these pumps like this, and then dump, and then like these huge candles that are like 10% candles will kill you, like in either direction if you get caught on the wrong side on a leverage play.
Facts. Atlas killed me. And look at Atlas right now. Literally 100% from where I sold 7 cents. Ooh, me more.
Take a look at
Yeah,
a firm. I can look at it.
I just went straight Ethereum spot.
So we called out a firm way back here, if you guys were in Discord, around like 65, 70. And I told you guys that I really like this accumulation range. And if we broke above like 73 to 80, it was looking really good to kind of put in a cupping pattern all the way to the high. So that's still my overall plan. I think this thing still goes back to the high. Pulling back a little bit here, but you are putting in a buy the dip if you do close like this. You do have a bunch of gaps that are a little worrying. It could come down and fill these gaps. Like we have a gap there, and then we have a gap there. Those are a little scary. But if it holds above, I'd say like this next gap, like 92 to 96, I think you're just going to continue this cupping pattern all the way up. But it is starting to top out a little bit. You had a weak high here. Weak high, bear div. Pulling back a little bit. Maybe it goes for at least this gap fill here.
How the seals doing, Deja?
Actually, I haven't looked today. I think I looked this morning. It was at like 4.2 or something. It was doing really good.
3.9.
3.9. That's not bad.
But they have one with the kimono. Oh, never mind. That's 4.3. Oh, never mind. Some asshole just posted at 3.9. It's only one at 3.9. Then it goes to 4.2.
Nice. Yeah. We just need one more push, and they'll start selling in the sixes. I'm trying to get rid of mine at 6. I think it's like 6 even. 0.6.
I can't believe this. NFTs move too quick. Winter bears are about to hit 0.9. Just last week, they were fucking, it's like $150 or something like that.
So the India thing's pretty normal. Gotcha.
What's about to hit 0.9, Johnny?
Winter winter bears. They look exactly like sappy seals, and
Oh,
they
I heard
just
about those.
yeah, I had posted them when they were like real early on. I just thought they were cute.
Wow, they're yep.
It's crazy. I was like, bro, if I could have, I literally could have bought like 10 of them, and I would have been. Yeah, NFTs is wild, bro.
Like it's weird, man. Like if you look at the profile picture NFTs and the ones that actually like ripped, like they all look similar in a way.
Yeah, they're all looking like dead fellas. Like all of the little that made it, they all look similar.
Jelly, what's surreals? Is that the spiral frequency ones that Sticky was telling us
No,
about?
that's the one I was showing you with like the plant heads and stuff.
Yeah, the good art.
Yeah, it looks really good. So what's tomorrow? Is tomorrow like the full launch? Like we can
It
go
was
on.
it was
like,
supposed to be today.
Can we go on OpenSea and like mint them?
You have to go to their website to mint it. It's not. Let's see.
Yeah, you have to go to their website.
Yeah, you mint on their website, and then it should be tomorrow at 3:30.
So
They're doing something very different. So they're allowing you to get in at, I think, 3:00. You can reserve, and then once mint goes down, you can actually buy it. So that might be interesting.
So I've never done this before. When you mint on somebody's website, does it just put it in your wallet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you have to like list it on OpenSea?
Yeah.
So when you go to their website, it's going to tell you to connect your MetaMask, and it's just like buying. Like you just click connect your wallet.
And that's
then you
not
go to buy it.
sketchy. Like they can't like fucking rug me if I
They can.
connect.
They can. Just make sure you don't have auto transactions on, so that way you only buy what you want. Because that has been the scam before, where people are just like, "Oh, because I'm gonna get a lot of them, I'm just gonna make sure all auto transactions are on," and then they get rugged. Then they send some code over to you, and you send everything you have to their wallet.
Well, thankfully, I only have like fucking, I think it's like half an Ethereum in my wallet. So at the end of the day, it wouldn't be a fucking killer.
Nah, yeah, you'd be good.
All right, guys, I'm gonna end the stream. I appreciate you guys being here. If you guys are in Discord, I'm gonna post the analysis. Should be pretty soon. I got a lot of shit going on though, so it might be later tonight. But check the analysis channel. Should be either within the hour or within a couple hours. If you guys are on stream, make sure to go check out my weekly watch list video that I posted yesterday if you haven't already. Make sure to also check out the newsletter. I posted an update to our Bitcoin game plan, our support levels, resistance levels, kind of what I'm doing for Bitcoin. So make sure to check that out as well. The pretty much all the links are in the description. I don't think the newsletter is. Let me grab the newsletter. But here's the newsletter, completely free if you guys want to sign up. And you can go to all the old issues. But I posted this one very short and sweet yesterday, talking about my game plan on Bitcoin. So make sure to check that out. But all right, I'll see you guys tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern. Peace out.